Another day, another top wide receiver in the NFL loves Jalen Hurts while ignoring the existence of Dak Prescott. And I know the Cowboy fans are crying, but not as much as Deebo Samuel. Dallas still stinks. Yo, I do it, King Dingbat here, and hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. You know, they say that players in the National Football League want to play with Jalen Hurts, that they want to come to Philly and play with Jalen Hurts. And you got to believe it, because it's another day, it's another wide receiver, a top wide receiver, coming out and talking about how much they love Jalen Hurts. And I know this has got to be upsetting to Mark Holmes and Dallas Cowboy fans. They're probably crying, but not as much as Deebo Samuel. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, thank you so much for the support you give to me. We are getting ready for another year, man. Camp is only a few weeks away. I'm getting a little pumped up today, but I'm ready for football to begin. And I got to tell you, this was the day that I actually thought that the Eagles were going to release Kelly Green. Now, as I post this video or I finish making it, they'll probably come out with Kelly Green jerseys and announce them today. But as of right now, we're talking about July 11th, they have not announced the Kelly Green jerseys. I'm busted over here. I'm busted. Pause. I'm dying over here, man. I thought today was going to be the day, and we're just waiting. I hope that they don't do just a press release for the Kelly Green jerseys. Like, I don't just want a press release. Like, I want like an event, like a press conference. You know, have a press conference, have some players come out wearing it, and then let me do a live reaction of it. That would be just absolutely fantastic. But I'm still waiting. But in the meantime, one great thing is we get to hear about how all these players love Jalen Hurts. They love Jalen Hurts. They want to play with Jalen Hurts. And you just can't deny it now, okay? I was listening to a lot of propaganda last night, a lot of Mark Holmes propaganda. And every video the guy does is trying to stick up for Dak, make an excuse for Dak. And, you know, he blames the Eagle fans, and he keeps going around, well, Philly 500 said this, or the Eagle fans said this, and the Eagle fans did that, and I'm going to block all the Eagle fans today. But, like, it's really not about the Eagle fans. It's really about the Cowboy fans. He's actually going at Cowboy fans, and this just really hit me listening to him last night in his live stream. Like, he is actually losing his mind. I don't know how this guy is going to make it through the year. I think he's going to be at the funny farm, because I don't think he's going to make it. I mean, I think Mark is not going to be able to take when Dak Prescott comes out and he's throwing interceptions and Daniel Jones is ripping up that vaulted great Dak Cowboys defense to shreds. I don't know if he's going to be able to take it. You know, I'm serious. I'm actually like a little bit worried about Mark Holmes. But watching him yesterday, it occurred to me, he's not really attacking Eagle fans. He just uses our name. He's really attacking Cowboy fans, because Cowboy fans are split. I think they're a lot more split than they have ever been, where some of them don't believe that Dak Prescott can win the big game. Some of them believe he can, and they fight about it. And in order to not attack Cowboy fans, he's got to attack the Eagle fans. But really, he's talking about Cowboy fans. And this is the kind of stuff that is going to drive him crazy. Justin Jefferson, he was interviewed, and I'll put the link in the description. I'm afraid to play it on here because I always seem to get in trouble for things like that. But he was talking in an interview, and he was talking about his top 5 quarterbacks. And this was his list, all right? Dov Kleeman wrote this. Update: Pound Vikings Justin Jefferson revealed his top 5 NFL quarterbacks. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, he had Aaron Rodgers. Number 3, Joe Burrow. Number 4, Jalen Hurts. Number 5, Josh Allen. Now, he did not include Kirk Cousins, which is absolutely hilarious in itself, but it's very honest. I mean, he's being very honest. But he does not see Kirk Cousins as a top 5 quarterback, and he shouldn't, because he's not. And if you're not going to make Kirk Cousins a top 5 quarterback, I don't see how you can make Dak Prescott a top 5 quarterback, considering they both pretty much have the same statistics, and they both stink in the playoffs. But it is so interesting to me, from an Eagles perspective, how all these guys hold Jalen Hurts in their top 5. We're not talking about just Philly 500's opinion. Oh, it's just another Philly 500 favoring the Eagles, that. This is NFL players, NFL star players, who are seeing him and recognizing him and want to play with Jalen Hurts. And when I say, does he want to play with Jalen Hurts? If you put a quarterback in the top 5, that means you're saying that you think this is the top 5 quarterback in the league. Of course you were going to want to play with him. And we've been saying this for a year now. It's just so funny to me how things change, right? Like, think about this. A year ago at this time, the talk before camp was, we got to give Jalen Hurts the year. We got to see what he can do. And I was saying this, I don't know what he is. I don't know what he can be, but he deserves the opportunity, and I'm rooting for him. And that was kind of it. And there was a lot of reports, nobody wants to play for the Eagles. Nobody wants to come and play for the Eagles. Then as soon as the A.J. Brown trade happened, that whole narrative changes. Now we're a year later, and everybody's talking about how all they want to do is play with Jalen Hurts. They want to play with Jalen Hurts. They want to be an Eagle. They want to play for this team. We are in such a great position for years and years to come, because players want to come to Philly. Now, this is what bothers Mark Holmes and bothers Cowboy fans, especially older Cowboy fans. And I've said this before. When you go from a team who was supposed to be the team of the 90s, and you have your 5 Super Bowls, and how about them Cowboys? I reckon, dang. When you had all that, and then all of a sudden it's been ripped away, and you're no longer viewed around the world as that way, except for yourselves. They see themselves as the 90 Cowboys. Nobody in the rest of the world sees the Cowboys like that. So when you get a situation like this, where you get Justin Jefferson saying, I have Jalen Hurts in my top 5, but not Dak Prescott. This will trigger Mark Holmes. This will trigger Cowboy fans, and then you can expect extra Philly 500 videos, extra videos attacking the Eagles. We're so sick of the Eagles, this, that. But this is coming from star players. Star players want to play with Jalen Hurts. I can't help it. It's just the way it is. And we're going to benefit from it for years to come. Jalen Hurts is changed the whole trajectory, in my opinion, of this franchise. We are now in the golden era. And it is great to see Justin Jefferson say that. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm sure when the Cowboy fans of Mark Holmes sees that list from Justin Jefferson, it is going to send them in a tizzy. They're going to be crying about it for days to come. But will they be crying as long as Deebo Samuel has been crying about the Eagles game in the playoffs? He's still crying. He's still pissed off about it. Now, he doesn't want to talk about it, but he's, acting rude, hanging up on interviews and things like that. These guys can't take it. They can't accept the fact that the Eagles beat their butt, okay? Brock Purdy, he basically beat the Cowboys, and everybody saw what a great quarterback he was. Hassan Reddick and the Eagles said, you know what? We'll just kill the snake by cutting off its head, pause. And that's what they did. They chopped off his head, pause. Like I want to chop off Joe Boo's head, pause. That was basically what the Eagles did. The Eagles destroyed the 49ers. They won that game fair and square because they took out the quarterback. But they can't accept it. They really believe they would have won with Brock Purdy. I don't see how they're winning with Brock Purdy and Philly in the NFC Championship game. I just don't. But I just think it's absolutely hysterical that they're still so pissed off about it, right? This is the difference between the Eagles and the 49ers. Eagle fans, 49er fans, actually, I think the 49er players are actually worse than the 49er fans. But here's the difference. When we talk about what happened with Jonathan Gannon in the Super Bowl, okay, and we talk about slipping on the field and things like that. Nobody's saying, oh, the outcome would have definitely 100% been different if the field was better, or if Jonathan Gannon had actually tried to plan, for the team. Actually, I think it would have been, it would have been a lot. We would have had a lot better defense. Would we have won or not? I'm not going to say that. I don't blame the loss on either of those things. What pisses me off about it is just the fact that, to me, more than anything, is Jonathan Gannon, because we can control that. We could have controlled what happened to the defense if Jonathan Gannon was mentally engaged in that game, and he wasn't. That's what I'm pissed off about. But I will never say that, oh yeah, we would definitely have won if this was different or that was different. I don't know. The difference between us Eagle fans and the 49ers, they say absolutely 100% certainty they would have won if Purdy plays, okay? And Deebo Samuel, he goes on a radio, I think it was CBS Sports Radio. He goes on CBS Sports Radio. I'm afraid to play the interview because I don't want to get copyrighted, even though I shouldn't. Somehow, for some reason in the past, I get snagged on these type things, so I'm a little bit gun shy. But I will put the link in the description so you can hear the interview. But he basically goes on this interview, and he's talking, and they're bringing up the Eagles game with the 49ers, and they're bringing up his comments about it, right? And what do you really think that you would have beaten the Eagles if Purdy didn't play? And he started kind of getting like, you can tell he's annoyed by the question. And he says, I said what I said, Samuel replied. And then Samuel was asked about the 49ers-Eagles rematch with the Eagles this season, a rematch with the Eagles. And he says, I don't know. Just wait until week 13, 12, whatever week it is, and we'll show you, Samuel said. And then after he says that, and you can hear when you listen, it sounds like he goes away or he hangs up, and a woman's voice comes on. And a woman starts talking to Zach Gelb, who was, holding the interview. And she's like, probably public relations or something. And she says something like, hey guys, all right, we're good to go. And that was the end of the interview. She's like, we're good to go. And the guy's like, well, we're not good to go. We're doing an interview. And that was the end of the interview. He walked away because literally he was so butthurt about about the Eagles beating them. 49ers aren't going to be able to take it this year. I used to see the 49ers differently. Like, to me, it was like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I thought, I have no issue with the 49ers. They hate the Cowboys. We hate the Cowboys. They're not in our division. But now, boy, you guys ruined that image. Now I see you much like the Cowboys, and actually in a lot more crybaby ways. Somebody on one of my videos when we were talking about this a few weeks ago said it perfectly. The Cowboy fans are more delusional. The 49er fans are bigger babies. That is so true. So true. So I think it's absolutely hysterical. Deebo Samuel is still absolutely crying. Now, one other thing I want to talk about real quick, because one of the guys that I'm most excited about going into the season is Deandre Swift. I thought that was maybe the steal of the offseason. How the Eagles got Deandre Swift for nothing. I thought it was a huge move, and apparently I'm not the only one. There was a GM that says the Lions may live to regret trading veteran. And it was an article from The Athletic. Former general manager Randy Moeller wrote that the Lions will likely see a drop-off from going from Swift to rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't love the DeAndre Swift running back swap out for rookie Jahmyr Gibbs, who rotated mostly in college and did not gain 1,000 yards in one season. Moeller wrote, I think Swift is really good and could have a giant year with the Eagles. Absolutely. And he goes on to say that the reason why they traded him, the reason why they get rid of him was out of frustration. They're frustrated by the fact they couldn't stay healthy. And I totally get it. But if DeAndre Swift stays healthy, he is going to have a monster year. He will have a better year than Miles Sanders. And our running back, our whole running game will be better. Our running back group will be better. And I think we'll be a lot more dangerous also in the passing game. So it's kind of all the things going on right now. Still waiting on Kelly Green. With that said, I got to go find a TV for streaming this year. I need a bigger TV. I need a brighter TV, and I need one that I can connect to headphones. Because I'm going to be streaming a lot of football games, and sometimes I get the worst glare when I'm streaming. So hopefully I can figure that out. That's what I'm doing. I'm home from work today, so doing that, I got some more work to do around the house. And with that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Now, I'm trying to get a TV, right? Here's the problem, and it's maybe a little bit of a rant here, but forgive me. Here's what I got to do. I got to get a better TV to stream the Eagles games this year. A lot of times those games are during the day, and, if you have if you have sunlight coming in, my TV doesn't get it bright enough. It's too much of a glare, so I need to get a better TV, right? Now, I'm looking at all these TVs, and I can't stop looking at the big giant TVs that I don't need for streaming, but I need for my movie theater room downstairs. Now, here's the thing. I have a pretty good setup right now. I have Dolby Atmos set up in there, and I have an 86-inch LG NanoCell technology television. I like the TV because it's huge. That was one of the reasons I got it, because it's gigantic. Pause. But now OLEDs are coming out with pretty big TVs. They got an 83-inch LG OLED. It's a G3, and it looks really nice. Okay, but one of the problems with OLEDs are they don't get bright enough. So if you're watching TV during the day, they don't get bright enough, and if you have sunlight coming in, it could kind of hurt the screen. If it's a dark room where you can control the light, they look absolutely fantastic. And one of the ways that LG and they're combating this for OLED TVs is they came out with this new, called MLA technology, and it makes the TV, it's supposed to make it like 35% brighter. And I was at Best Buy, and they're a lot brighter, and I'm like, okay, this is what I need. So I'm looking at the 83-inch going, man, maybe I should just pull the trigger on it. And I just realized that the technology that makes them brighter is not in the bigger model TVs. They're not in the 83-inch TVs. So I'd have to downgrade. If I got a TV, I'd have to go from 86 to 77-inch. I am not going down by inches. I ain't losing inches. Pause. I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? Geez, what is that? 6 inches, 9? It's 9 inches. That's a dream for some people. You know what I mean? I like my 9 inches. Pause. I can't downgrade the TV size, is what I'm saying. So it looks like I'm gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna have to focus on this, because I can't lose 9 inches, inch by inch, like a gentleman. Pause. I can't do it. I can't lose the many inches. Pause. So why would they not put the technology in the bigger screen? That's what I want to know, because I sure could use the extra inches. Pause. I'll tell you what, this is killing me, inch by inch. Pause. Denzel Washington out.